Welcome to the Finding Knowledge Gaps module. This is the first module where we're going to start working on our proposals. So remember that that's our end goal, what we're working towards. We're going to be writing an NSF GRFP style proposal at the end of the semester, and throughout the semester we're going to build towards that and take different chunks of it and work on it so we can build towards that end goal. And we'll start that in this module, and we will start with finding knowledge gaps. And so what I mean by a knowledge gap is some unanswered question in a particular research field. And I want to acknowledge right off the bat that this is really difficult. I know that writing research proposals is really hard, and one of the first things you need to do when you're writing a proposal is figure out what you want to write about. And that can often lead to something like in this cartoon here, where if you don't know where to start, you're just staring at your computer blankly, right? And that's really difficult. And so what we're going to do in this module is give you some strategies for figuring out what is an unanswered question that you're interested in, and then you can build on that. So we're trying to prevent what's happening in this cartoon, but I do want to acknowledge that I know what I'm asking you to do. This module is hard. I do get that. So some of the objectives in this module, well, there's only one really. So what we'll be doing is using scientific literature to identify a knowledge gap in a molecular ecology topic of interest. So I'll walk us through a couple different types of literature we can use, and then of course we're in a molecular ecology class, and I really want this to be a topic of interest to you. I want it to be something that you personally are invested in and connected to. It'll make it a much more enjoyable project for you. And the way we're going to be doing that is through one assignment. So this is, compared to the previous modules, a lighter module. I know you all have been working really hard, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a break in this module. And the only really thing we're going to be doing as an assignment is finding one potential knowledge gap you could use for your GRFP proposal. And then we're going to put that on a discussion board so you can share your strategies that you use with other students in the class, and maybe hopefully learn from each other and gain some additional tips that you hadn't thought of before. And of course, why this is useful for us, as I said, this really is explicitly building towards those GRFP proposals we're going to write at the end of the semester, and actually throughout we're going to write some mini practice proposals before we even get to that endpoint. And so this is useful for our class in particular, but if you look at the name of this proposal, Graduate Research Fellowship Program, really the skills that we're developing in this module are going to be useful for you, hopefully outside of this class too, especially if you're interested in graduate school, for instance. This practice of digging through literature and finding an unanswered research question that you could then pursue for your project, that's a really valuable skill in science in general. And so I hope that what you learn in this module you can also take with you for other avenues of your future career as well.